I've been really busy with the Christmas and New Year's and family and trying to catch up on things, getting my room a little more reorganized and downsizing a bit here and there. But I wanted to get back to you about this page 8 of the Stamperia Roses and Lace album. And instead of making a bunch of flips and folds on this page, I've decided to try my hand at making a floral stuffed envelope. This is not my idea. I got the idea from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she is a junk journaler, but she made the cutest envelopes that had flowers coming out of them. She used smaller ones that fit more in the junk journal size, but since I have an 8x8 page here, I need to use a larger envelope and I need to splay it out. This envelope is going to have like a little belly band behind it under here. It's going to be made with the flap of the envelope, and when it is all glued down, a picture will be able to be inserted. I don't want to use that. Right in here, in front of all these flowers. We can use one of these just to show you. It'll go in like this. So, I will start by showing you how I made my envelope, and I want to talk to you a little bit about this paper. With it not being a heavy-duty base paper, it's from this paper block by Recollections. It's been a really super paper. I really like it. But I just want to let you know about scoring it and stuff. So let me get my... let me move some of my flowers. And here is the envelope maker. Carefully put that over there. So I wanted to make a 4x6, is it? No. A 4x5 envelope. So this is cut at 7.5 by 7.5 inches. And I scored it on the back side. Now on this paper it kind of looks like a linen on the front, and the back is not quite as textured. So it says here we start at 3 3/8. Excuse my head if it's in your way. And we punch our first piece out. So this is on the smoother side that you're making your lines, and I'll tell you why here in just a second. Then on this envelope punch, you line this little piece up with your score line, punch again, put in another score line, line this up again and punch, and put in a score line, and then line this up. You only use that 3 3/8 the first time, and punch and score again. Okay. Now the reason I had you... Oh, I think I did it wrong. Well, I actually wanted to score it the other side, but since I scored it this way, I'll go ahead and show you. when you're putting this paper, folding it down, go slow. Don't go real fast with it. You don't want it to split here. So if you are gentle and pretty smooth with it, it will go down flat. Then open it up and fold over the next one and gently push it down. I'm being pretty smooth with it. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. And it's all solely due to the fact that I don't want this to crack, the paper to crack. If we just scored it on the other side, it would have folded over easier, and we would have had less risk of tearing our paper. Now, where this point comes, right here, where it comes, the point it comes to the envelope, I want you to make a little line. And then I want you to line this up on your, whatever you use to cut your papers. And I want you to cut that little piece off. So let me do that so I can show you what I'm talking about. You kind of have to make sure your paper is lined up on your board, on your cutting board. Let's see, that's 11. And that's 11. I hope I didn't go too far with it. I did. Just a little too far. But it'll get covered up anyway with this outer paper that we're going to put on here. So now we need to make we don't need to make an insert to cover that or this, because our flowers are going to take care of that for us. But we still need an outside piece. The best way to get that is to take our envelope that we are going to use, save your envelope, and if you're making extras, they come in handy. And get rid of those. My backing camera, okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to remove all this. Oh, I just hate to because it's in there so nicely. And we are going to I'm going to carefully remove it back there. Try to keep it in some sort of a, I should have taken a picture of it, right? I want to keep it in some sort of arrangement so I know what I'm doing. Let me turn the volume down on my computer. Okay. Now, we need to make a cover for this. So let's grab our paper. And I wonder what we should use. Hang on, I'm getting there. Coming back to join you. Okay. So we have this. And we have that. That's always pretty, isn't it? We don't want it to be too flowery down here, though, since we're going to have this big bouquet sitting up here. So let's see what else we have. We do have the wood. We do have this. That would look good on an outside of an envelope. Oh, the lace would be pretty, wouldn't it? Let's hold it up so flowers over there. I think maybe I'll go with that lace, or this lace. Which one is better, I wonder? This one has a little less lace. I think I like that better. Yeah, I think this is what we'll go with. If I can get it out of here, right? And let me get rid of these. Put them back over there. Move that box back on top of those. Those are all my working boxes over there. But I've got everything kind of stacked up. Okay. So, what we first want to do, I know this seems like we're covering the inside, but we really are not. I'm going to use this to measure my outer section for my envelope. And I'm going to pull it down to line it up with this, but I'm going to kind of flap it up there so it's not pressing right against the where we don't want it. Okay. So what we're going to do is make a little line right here. Let's cut this piece off. And I don't want to get caught up in my... Okay. Okay, here we go. Oops, we're going to draw this line here, here and there, and everywhere. And now let's cut that out, and then we'll erase our pencil lines. Now you're going to want to cut on the inside of the line so that it fits on top of the envelope well. And I'm just barely cutting in there, 1/16 maybe. And sometimes too close to the line. Whoops, like there. Let's cross our fingers and hope it fits. And there we go. That'll look very pretty, I think. So that's going to be the outside of our envelope. Or, yes, the outside of our envelope. Now, if like me, you did this and you ended up with a bunch of pencil lines, go ahead and erase those, because we don't want those showing. And I am not going to put any ink on this pink envelope because I just don't like the way it looks on this pink. But I am going to ink the white after I remove that pencil line. And I don't see any others on there. I think we're good. So let's ink this up. I'm using my sepia color, and this is an archival ink. Let me get a new ink dauber. I'll have to reach back here to my inking box. Here's an interesting shaped one. We'll just use a new one. Oh, I think I prefer the flat ends, actually, a little better. Or at least I'm used to the flat end ones. Sorry if I was out of camera. Trying to be gentle so I don't get it all sloppy looking. Now the nice thing about a little pointy end is you can put it down in there and you can get in these little tiny crevice areas. There we go. I'll put that over there. Okay, let's move that. We are going to put together our envelope. I forgot to erase that pencil line. Okay. Now, on these envelopes, I always, let's see if I have a piece of paper I can put under there so you can see it a little better. I always put this one down first, and then I take a look at it, and I can start a glue line right in here. Oh, my glue's been open. Shame on me. Yeah, it was kind of dried up there. So I've been reorganizing my room, like I said, and whoops. And I seem to have lost my towel that I used to clean up glue. And I go right along the edge here. And then I go along the edge of the flap to the point. And I don't worry about anything that's going to come between those two, because that should glue it enough. Now let's do the same on this side of it. Make sure there's no glue in there, because we do not want to glue our envelope closed. I'll flip that over. Once again, going around the edges there, just to the point. And you can see there was some glue there, so go check the inside, make sure you're not going to glue your envelope together. I love the way this envelope maker works. Okay, so now we're going to line up our little white lace. Oh, that side does not fit. But this side fits, so we'll go with that side. No matter how much you want these envelopes to be the size, they are not always going to be the same size, and they're not always going to be the same shape on each side. Don't ask me why. I guess it just depends on where you line it up on the envelope maker. Oops. Ugh. Squishing it. this way, squishing it that way. There we go. I'm going to have to find my towel. I don't know what I did with it. Did I throw it on the back of my... Oh no, here it is. It's underneath the box. No telling where you put things when you're cleaning up, right? Okay. So there's that. Oops, I probably don't want to put that on my butterflies. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put together our envelope before we put a backing on this page. And we may do a fold over on it. I haven't decided yet. That's why I just want to kind of work on the envelope. And I mean, we may put a page on here so that when you open it, it's kind of a nice surprise in there, a bouquet of flowers. Okay. Am I in camera? Okay, I am. Okay, so I started by laying this one in, and I want it to go up to here, but I don't want it to come over the top of this. And let me put it on my paper, my 8x8 here, so I don't go over the top. Like I said, I want to put a little belly band under here. I'm going to leave this part open so that we can insert something there. Perhaps a letter or another little secret pocket. You know how we are. Like our little secret pockets. Okay, so I think probably right about there. So let's see. That'll go over, so it's more right there. So, now let me grab, I'll put this one on, then I'm going to grab a little wax paper piece so that I can put these on without worrying about everything getting messy. Oh, excuse me, my nose is runny today. That's not wax paper. Here we go. Okay. Now that'll work. Now if you have places sticking up, I want you to glue them down because we don't want them to interfere with anything else we put in this envelope. But don't glue this part down because we want to be able to stick a picture in there. So as you're working, make sure you're getting rid of the little bad gluey spots. Now I know this guy is going to go here. This is a little butterfly hanging on a flower. And he's going to get glued inside there a little bit. But not that much. Maybe more like that. I want it to hang over. And let's see. I think, whoops, that was supposed to go under there. Well, I'm going to pull that up. Like that. And this one is going to go in here. Let's see, how did I do that? Gotta pull that up because I'm gonna cut the butterfly out, I think. If I can find my scissors. Scissors at 3 o'clock. Okay, let's try it that way. We may have to put something else there. And the other one, I want it to go over this one. I forgot I needed to put this one underneath. Now we can glue this one back down. One of the nice things about this wax paper is that it kind of feels like stuff will stick to it, and then you just peel it off and you find out that the glue underneath of it didn't dry. It will eventually dry, but it doesn't dry right away. Okay, so there's that piece. Let me put the butterfly back in the butterfly box. Okay, so then I did put this butterfly over the top, and this is a butterfly with glitter on it. My paper is quite slippery. And then I put let's see. Oh, I think I went this way. What we're trying to do is cover up all the areas in the back that are showing. That one probably should have gone under there too. I guess that one should have been glued down last, huh? I think we'll put it like that. Okay. Now this flower is pretty well tucked under there, so maybe it can come out this way a little bit. Oops, this way. No, it's going to have to go kind of this way. We know this guy's going back here. Let's put it back there again. And I have this one, and it's going to go down here. So we need one right there. What we put there? What, oh what, oh what? Going to peel apart one of these and take off the sponge on the back, whatever you call that stuff, the spongy material. It's a sticker that lets it sit up a little higher, but we don't really need that part. It's very sticky. And it looks to me like we can just about cover it all. And maybe that one right there. Okay, that'll get glued in last. This will get glued in last. This will get glued in last. Okay, so this one is next. So I'm going to draw a little line around here. Give me something to shoot for. Okay. We are not going to do a walkthrough on this one. Hopefully my next album I'll have all done, and then I'll shoot the video as I make it, and I'll get the whole thing finished before I get back to you. I hope. Is this how I did this? Oh my gosh, how did I do it? Yeah, huh? I think so. Because here is that one, and there's that one. And then that went there, and that went under there. Whew. I think we got it. Got some glue on there, so I want to try and get that off. We can fix it if you do get glue on it, because we can use Wink of Stella or one of those to help us get all that in the right spot. Okay, I want some of that under there. Alright, let's glue this one back down again. So just remember, don't glue that first one down until you absolutely have to. Because it seems to be the one that you need to use the most to tuck the rest of the flowers in and around, because you want part of it to come out and part of it to go back. Okay. These are, who are they? I don't, oh yeah, I do. These flowers are by K & Company. That's what they all look like. It's just a big pack of cutouts. We've had it for years. Years and years. Okay, that's going there. And we'll put that right about there, I think. If we need more flowers, we'll just find some more in there, and I probably should have used more colors than just this, but I'm kind of got a one-track mind with color. Don't mean to have, but I do. I want that to go the right direction. That's going to go there. It's going to go there. Okay. Now, if you do decoupage or anything like that, this would be a good thing for decoupage too. You wouldn't want to decoupage your envelope closed, of course. That wouldn't work. Well, that gives us one little place there. It's really tough to get them all in the right spot. So we need something right back there, otherwise that one is not going to fit right. Let's see. Here's a little flat white one that would kind of go with that other one. That's kind of out of place. I mean, this one's like off-white. And that was like white. Too white. So, let's see. I was trying to find one without all the stuff on it. And that one, the stuff is, sometimes when these are brand new you can peel these off and it doesn't leave any markings on the one below it. So then you have double the flowers if you don't want to build them upward. But that one's not going to work. So I'm going to peel this one off. So yesterday, I think it was, I published a video yesterday or today. Not today. Yesterday or the day before. I published a video on a couple of journals. One was an illness and recovery journal that we did for my mama. And the other one was my first Christmas junk journal. But also on there I had my mini album mini, and we're doing a drawing on it. And I found out that I have to add some stuff to my I have to add some. YouTube has rules about this and I need to follow the rules. So anyway, that little contest I have going may actually not, I won't be doing the drawing today. So you still have time. If you're hearing me, you can go to that video and it will have updated information on it. And you're welcome to You have to comment. You have to be a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And what else? Nice comments, please. What else? What else? What else? What else? Like, you have to give me a thumbs up, please, pretty please, so that, okay, this is going from there to there. I really thought that I'd get more people that would want to win a mini album mini, but don't know. I'm not there yet, I guess. Okay, that one's going to go there. It's hanging off the edge. Good heavens, I'm still lacking right there. Guess we'll bring it in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to tuck this one in right here, and then I'll worry about that spot. I have a little tiny one I can put in there, but I want to get this big spot covered. It's really quite hard to figure this all out. Okay. Now let's check in there. We don't want to seal our envelope closed. That would not help us if we did that. Okay. We will remove this one. I guess that's a little flat foam stuff on the back. You just peel it off. It just kind of comes off. Hope my cat doesn't step on any little pieces of it. That'll drive him nuts. He would not like that. Okay. So I bought this beautiful yarn. It's really fuzzy. It's wonderful. I love it. Well, you think I'm going to talk about my cat, but I'm not. I'm going to talk about my dog. What a naughty girl she was. She comes in here just seeking it out after she got it the first time. And she undid that whole great big thing of yarn. And she had the best time in the world. She didn't ruin it. Not at all. But that wasn't the point. Is she just, every time she comes in here, she looks for it now. And she thinks she's in heaven with it. Man, she just goes crazy. Okay, so there to there and down into there. I'll show you the yarn here in just a second. I'm sure glad I didn't take the time to put it into a ball like I was going to. Because that would have been a little frustrating if I had done that and she had taken it all apart. Okay. How's it look? Are we okay? Some of it's kind of sparkly. It's hard to see. You could see that some of it has sparkle on it. Now we can add more sparkle to it if we like. The important thing to look for is areas that are not attached. You want to be sure that so that when you put your pictures in here, that was some of that stuff, that foam stuff. You want to be sure you can put your pictures in. And so this is like a slot that you could stick a whole bunch of pictures in if you like. Okay, let me see if that foam is still in there somewhere, because we don't want it in there. Yeah, there it is. Because that foam is still sticky. Okay, now I have this little bird for the outside. Or this one is a solid one, not a papery one. It's more like a cardboard. I think I like this one better because he has the pink in him. This has some pink, but I think I like that better. Oh, there goes my house phone. You know, we got rid of our house phone. Then we found out that they never took it out, so we plugged it back in. But now it just rings. Can you hear that? We don't even have an Alexa. That was why we got rid of our house phone, was because we got so many calls. I think I'll put this one here. I wonder if we should fussy cut around him. I'm kind of debating. Otherwise, he could get kind of Or it could just go like this. No, I like it better on there. I think it'll be okay. That could get bent. See, that's the nice thing about the solid one, is that it won't get bent. But I just don't, I like it, but don't get me wrong, I like it. It's just not what I'm looking for. He has his place too, it's just not on this envelope. You know what I'm avoiding is fussy cutting. I don't want to fussy cut around it. But I think we're going to have to, because this will just get bent. We'd be better off just to cut it off. But let's go ahead and fussy cut around it, and that way we won't have to worry about that. Now, do we fussy cut with our Lacy stuff? We can. Won't be super thick, but it'll still blend in. Okay. Or we can fussy cut with pink. Pink. We're going to use pink. We are going to use the pink. The pink. Let's see if I have a solid pink. I do. Okay. We'll put this on here and let it dry. I won't have to peel this one back up. I hope. Okay, so there we go. That's that. Let's pick up some flowers and put them in this flower box. And I think because these are flowers and butterflies, they're going to go in this box too. Gotta cut some of this off. Sticky ones back on the plastic. And that one can go back in there. And that. And this butterfly. And all these butterflies. And those little baby flowers. And what's that? That can go in the garbage. Okay. So, We have our bird. We have this. We will fussy cut around this and then apply it here. So let's set this aside. Let's make sure our board is cleaned off of any inks or anything before we apply our white. Oh, I was going to show you this. This is what I ended up doing with page 7. I ended up going around the edges of the roses and stuff with, stickles? No. Nouveau drops. The gloss drops. And then I did do some stickles, stardust in the centers. And then I used a different color on some of the very centers of the flowers. Then I added a lace up here with this other kind of fancy twisty lace stuff. That's what that looks like. I don't know if you can see that. It did help. And I did add a flower up here. I used Mod Podge to put it down. I don't recommend it. It is actually a napkin in the background, and that's why I did that. That's why I used the Mod Podge, because I used a napkin. If you decide to do that, don't water down your Mod Podge. Use very, very little on both the paper and the napkin, because it starts to warp this piece a little bit. It did dry out, and it did fine, you know, and it left a beautiful, more background, flower in the background type. So it did work, but it did warp the paper a little bit, because the Mod Podge has a lot of water in it. So don't water it down at all, and use it very lightly if you do it. So anyway, all my centers have the Nouveau stuff on them. I wish I could show that to you. There. See that? Yeah. There, now you can see it better. I hope I have lots of lights on here, so anyway, I think that helped to dress it up a little bit, and I like that better. It gave a little more dimension to the page. It just looked flat to me before. So anyway, there's that. Now, what are we going to do with this page? What? Are we going to put a flap and then... Oh, look at that. I went over the top. Well, we can clip that one off. It's in the back. We can always fold it under. There we go. It'll give a little hinge to our little pocket back there. Now we can have our belly band back there. And if we put a little line of glue, we can still have a little slide in here for a tag here. See, it would just be a flat tag. And then up here, it'll be a little belly band. And perhaps we will make a little envelope to go in there. That might be cool. And then we'll stamp on it with the postage stuff and everything. See, we would have to glue right down along here. That way we'd have a tag pocket here and a belly band up here. So it would have to be something small up here. But we could put an envelope in it. It would look really kind of cool, I think. Think. Okay, let me pick up my little frames so I don't lose them or get them mixed up with everything else. There was a little bigger frame. So you could put a bigger frame in there. That would look nice. Okay, well, let me take a little break and get some coffee. Let me think about this, if we're going to put a fold over here or here and there. Let me just think about it for a minute and I'll come right back to you. Alright, bye for right now. Be right back.